Good morning to studio. And indeed, we are here at the Embassy of Turkey, where we are going to have a conversation with the ambassador looking at the situation in Turkey and perhaps what kind of assistance Turkey is asking from the international community. Ambassador, good morning. Quite a dramatic day yesterday, and also a tragedy, both Turkey and Syria experiencing this earthquake. Can you briefly tell us what is the latest in terms of the death toll and the impact to Turkey in particular?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, first of all. Actually, it's a big disaster, it's a catastrophe. It is the second biggest earthquake Turkey has experienced in the last 100 years. The other one, the first one, was in 1939 in Erzincan, again in the southeastern part of Turkey, which is located on a big fault line. The big fault line was broken, and this time not only one city but 10 cities were affected. So we are talking about a population of 15 million people. The people directly affected are around 3.5 million. The death toll continues to rise, obviously, because there are many search and rescue teams getting the bodies out of the rubble. And right now, of course, these numbers are not trustable right now, but it looks like close to 3,500 people are dead, the death toll at this point, but we expect it to rise. Close to 15,000 people are injured. There are many people unaccounted for, so it's a huge disaster, and Turkey has appealed to the international community for search and rescue teams, because it's more than one city, as I said, and more than 60 countries have already offered help. Most of their search and rescue teams and medical teams are on the ground. So at this point, what is mostly needed, as you know, the first 72 hours are very critical. What is mostly needed is search and rescue teams and medical teams, because most of the hospitals have already collapsed, the buildings. So people are being taken to, the injured ones are being taken to Istanbul and other cities, to the big hospitals. We need field hospitals, medical equipment, medical teams, and search and rescue teams.
Yesterday we heard that the European Union and NATO, particularly because Turkey is part of NATO, are going to assist Turkey with this challenge. In terms of other regions and other organizations, are you getting any support, particularly the United Nations, because it is the responsibility of the UN to pool the resources together and make an appeal to countries and individuals and organizations to assist?
Yes. First of all, in these crises which need urgent help, the most urgent help comes from the neighboring countries. For instance, Azerbaijan actually was the first country to send teams by plane. All the neighboring countries are coming into the picture, because they are the ones who can really contest time and just reach the place. We don't have that much time for the organization of the international community at this point, although all the organizations are in the picture, they are trying to get help. But right now, especially in South Africa, I want to also mention that with gratitude. The South African side, we are very grateful for the press statement of President Ramaphosa and also DIRCO's support. They are mobilizing NGOs at this point. We are grateful for Gift of the Givers. They are sending a team of 50 people, half of them medical doctors, half of them search and rescue teams. We are grateful for Hope SA, another NGO that's in the process of sending 18 people. medical team. What we need at this point is help in this regard, but we are grateful to especially to the Muslim community in South Africa, who are organizing themselves, collecting money, donations, all the charity organizations. That's very important, but the first need is search and rescue teams, and then material needs like blankets. As you know, this is a very bad time of the year. It's very cold, -degrees. So what is needed more is for their survival, blankets, and all those families who cannot get into their houses, tents, blankets. We have an official need list that we will also announce on our website. What is more needed than money at this point is the material needs that they need. Food will also is coming actually at this stage, and we are so grateful that even though South Africa is so far away, the people, South African public is so sensitive to this, and they are so willing to help. You can't imagine how many calls, messages we get every single day from all parts of society. We are grateful for that. And we are also, WHO, the World Health Organization, made an EMT appeal for medical emergency assistance. That was the first and foremost assistance, which is coming in through planes, and Turkish Airlines is carrying all these people free of charge. Turkish Airlines cargo is sending everything free of charge. So this is what we need at this point. I think the international community has been very vigilant in coming into the rescue, because this is one of the biggest disasters we have faced.
Ambassador, finally, if people want to help, talk about a need. Currently, what's urgent is rescue teams and medical teams in terms of saving lives, but you definitely need blankets. As you pointed out, it's quite cold in Europe and in some parts of the world.
Yes.
What, if I want to help, what am I supposed to do? Are you going to have points where people can deliver or drop whatever they want to drop in terms of collecting what's needed in Turkey?
Yes, there are certain organizations, we can also publicize them on our social media accounts, certain South African NGOs that are collecting them. There are bank account numbers. AFAD, the Turkish Risk Management Organization, Disaster and Risk Management Organization, is the national coordinator of all the relief efforts. It's important that it goes through one organization in Turkey. So they have announced certain bank account numbers. Cash, the money transfers could go to that account, and they will buy the stuff from Turkey. Sometimes it's easier to provide it in Turkey faster. Second, about the donations, certain businessmen, especially we appeal to the business community, businessmen have announced their willingness to help with these materials. They can announce it to us. We can help with the Turkish cargo delivery. The rest is up to us. Also, the NGOs are collecting those materials, South African NGOs, and they are bringing them.
Thank you.
Al Imdad Foundation, for instance, is also, they are going tonight, yes.
Thank you so much, Ambassador, for your time. My lady, there you have it, the Ambassador talking to us about what South Africans can do, but not only South Africans, I guess the entire continent, with different embassies around the continent and around the world. This kind of a tragedy was witnessed 100 years ago, and now back to this serious tragedy that reminds me of COVID-19. We always have these disasters, and the world must work together to deal with those challenges, particularly to help those who are affected and those who are vulnerable. Back to you in studio.